If you're young and just single and a mother,
You never know what God can do.
but you better believe you can make it through it. Stand up tall and pay your dues.
This is YSM. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Young Single Mothers. My name is Yolanda. If you have not watched part 1, as in if you missed last week's episode, I would suggest you go back and watch that first because I am doing a 3-part season finale. Last week I talked about them being my parents. This week I want to talk about me. If you didn't hear that because I whispered it. I don't know where this is gonna go, so y'all better brace yourself. Okay, so who am I? Right now, currently, I am 35. I am a mom of a boy who is literally turning 11 this month. And to be honest, I am not where I pictured I would be when I was 18 years old. I am very far from it. And if you watched last week's episode, I talked about how my parents often compared me to my older sister, and I always felt inadequate and not good enough. Really, like I could never reach the standard that they wanted of me. And I feel like I'm still quite a big disappointment. Like I'm the daughter that got knocked up, the daughter that's still pretty much fully dependent on them as much as I run my own business. I am the daughter that was always very moody, probably the most hard of my siblings to deal with. And then I happen to just be this hot mess. I know a lot of people say, Yolanda, don't say you're a hot mess. But I'm going to call a spade, people, all right? I have issues that a girl needs to deal with, okay? And that comes from so many things in life, yeah? Like our experiences, our poor decisions, and things that just happen to us that we have no control over. We're a product of all these different things. And I am very real with myself, sometimes to the point of spiraling into a depression, and I try really hard not to do that. So yeah, don't beat yourself up too much, but I do have episodes and moments where I do kind of pound myself into the ground, but I need to stop. So here I am, I'm a parent, and I'm having to now navigate a life of, still being a dependent, still being a baby in the house, but then also raising my own baby, which has always had its own issues. I feel like when you're raising a child in your parents' home, you really want them to respect that, hey, I'm a parent now, but at the same time, you're still their kid because you're living in their house. And it's like, how do I balance that? At which point am I... When are they going to see me as an adult? I think that's the battle I'm going through now is, will I ever be seen as an adult? When will I finally be free and independent of my parents, where we can actually just be friends and we can be people who respect one another and where each person is at, and still be able to have, when you have conversations where it's like, yo, I totally get you, what do you think, and all that kind of stuff, like to be at that place rather than always being spoken at. You can actually have two-way communication with your parents. So I'm at this place in my life where I am still battling with, past hurts. I'm still battling with my feelings towards my parents. If you watched last week, especially my mom, and just trying to grow as a human being in that place and not work from a place of anger. Oh my gosh, I always have to remind myself because life keeps on going and we can't always, we can never control what other people are going to do, what other people are going to say, but we can control how we take it, how we respond, and how we allow it to affect our lives. And that being said, it's not always easy because we're people and we're sensitive. And I also find it hard to be sensitive to other people's feelings because I'm one of those people that I think I speak my mind. I say things without always thinking about what kind of effect they will have on the hearer. And that is something I've been struggling with for a long time. And I'm working on it. I'm glad that I have people in my life who tell me immediately. I know my sisters do not let me say things and then they sit on it. I've got 2 sisters who they will pounce at you immediately. I'm the type of person who I need to go away, think about it, and then I will say something. So it's always a stab right into the heart when my sisters tell me that I've said something that has upset them, or I find it hard to take, but then I swallow it, receive it, and work on it, because I don't want my sisters to be mad at me. My sisters are my 2 favorite people after my son in my world, and if I do something that upsets them, I really want to take that away as quickly as possible, because they are my rocks. So I'm very aware of self, and as I become more self-aware, I really question my parenting and how I'm choosing how to raise my son, because I don't want to make the same mistakes. And like I said last week, I don't want to not make the same mistakes from a place of anger and resentment, and I just want to show you that I can do this job better. I'm not in any competition with my parents. I just want to do the best job that I can do, as I believe they've done the best job that they could do. So working on self, it has been and it is a journey. It's a tough journey, because as a parent, I don't want to be too selfish. Once you have that child, selfishness needs to depart from your system, because you are now in a world where you don't just think about self, you have to consider the human being that you're raising. You have to consider their feelings. I have to consider how my actions and my words are affecting my son. So that being said, self, me, the hot mess that I see myself as, but I'm not going to stay in that place. I want to be a progressing person. So I need people in my life, and I've struggled to find people with whom I can relate, not just as a person and as a woman, but also as a single mom. And I feel like that's part of the reason that I started this talk show, is that I don't want people to feel alone. I have felt alone a lot in my life. I have felt rejected a lot in my life. I have felt not good enough a lot in my life. And I don't want to parent from that place. I don't want to parent from ongoing brokenness. I want to parent from a place that I am a healing person. So I'm going to be aware of what I say and what I do. Do I always get it right? No, I do not. I'm hoping that one day my son will be willing to come and do an episode with me, just to share a few things, because I feel like what he's seeing and what I'm thinking that I'm giving off could be very, very different. So yeah, this is me. This is me, the imperfectly perfect mother that I am. I want to do better. I want to be better. And I want to walk from a place of happy, content, ready, willing, and God helping me able to do the mom life. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Next week is the final episode of this season. I am so grateful to everybody really who is following. If you have friends that you can refer this talk show to, please do. They don't have to be single moms. They could be a message I share that you feel, man, that would resonate with so-and-so. Because at the end of the day, yes, this is to a specific demographic, because I feel like this demographic doesn't really have something for us. But at the end of the day, my heart is for all. So God bless you. This has been awesome. Peace.
1, 2, 3, go!
If you're young and you're single and a mother,
You never know what God can do.
but you better believe you can make it through it. Stand up tall and pay your dues.
This is YSM.